Hey, so I just started growing my beard back. I had a beard shaving accident. Anybody ever have one of those? Anybody with a beard? Obviously, it's something you have to, it's a rite of passage. I grew it back and my wife said, I absolutely hate your beard. And I said, why would you hate something that brings me so much joy? And she says, I hate having to move the hair out of the way to get to your lips to kiss you. And I said, finally, something we can both agree on. I'm the only one that shaves. I became a teacher this last year. My daughter's a middle schooler. Any teachers in the crowd? None? Good. It's good. The qualifications are dangerously low. And so I decided to become a teacher because of one conversation I had with my daughter last year. She came home from school and she said, Dad, did you know that in order for a dead body to sink, you have to puncture its lungs? I said, I'm Italian, of course I know. Who told you? And she said, we learned about it in history class. Did you know that the first form of biological warfare was they would take a diseased body and they would throw it over the wall, let it explode, spreading disease everywhere? Now listen, Oklahoma, I know we don't vote, but I am so much more comfortable with my daughter learning how to be a good person from To Kill a Mockingbird than a sociopath from her history books. Can we agree? Whew, it is dicey. I became a teacher this year, like I said, and one of the first questions they ask you is, have you ever touched little kids? You're like, no, absolutely not, never. They said, great, we need you to go to this training. I'm like, great, I love training. What is it? And they said, it's how to touch little kids. Sure. Appropriately, don't always. Listen, we're not running a molestal middle school. Molestal? I don't know. It's like Celestial, but for molesters. So I am part of the team that has to respond if there's a fight. And I don't know if you know what happens in middle school. It's not a lot of learning. It's a lot of like little white kids running around saying the N-word and fighting. That's it. That's most of my day. Is breaking up fights. And I got in the car one day after breaking up some fights, and I looked at my daughter, and most of my good conversations come from the car, right, with her. And I said, hey kid, thanks for not being a fighter. And she said, no problem, Dad, but I would. I said, no, what do you mean you would? And she goes, if somebody hit me, I'd hit them back. I said, no, you wouldn't. I said, you'd probably cry, because that's what I did when I was a kid, right? Like somebody hits you, you cry, and it's over. She goes, no. If somebody hit me, I would go down on them. I said, listen, nothing says you're not a fighter like not knowing the terminology. She goes, what do you mean? I said, well, first off, that would stop a fight immediately. Right now. And she goes, what do you mean? So now I'm having the birds and the bees talk with my daughter in the car. I'm like, this is what you said. And she's like, Dad, I'm so embarrassed. I don't know, I said, you're embarrassed? And she goes, yeah, don't ever say it. I said, imagine being this make-believe kid, right? He's got to go home now and talk about his day. His parents are like, what happened at school today? He's like, I got in a fight. They're like, well, did you win? He goes, yeah, twice. Well, what do you mean? Well, I hit this girl and the fight was over. Well, how'd you know? She started sucking my dick. What? I don't know. I'm gonna have to do it again. I'm gonna have to fight her again tomorrow. I don't know how long this is gonna go, but I mean, I kind of like it. I might have to marry her. This is how kinks start, y'all. I don't know. So anyway, that is my time for tonight. Thank you all so much.